What is going on, fellow traders? Welcome back to the channel. I hope you're ready for your daily dose of profit potential. You found the right video. You are in the right place. We are about to dive deep into our daily stock watch list for September 14th. I put the videos like this out for you guys for free every single day. So make sure you subscribe and hit that bell so you get all the notifications. We're going to go through unmissable stock picks that are ready to catapult your trading success to new heights. Our mission here is simple. We're trying to empower you with insights, information you need to seize the day in the stock market. Doesn't matter if you're a seasoned trader or you're looking for a game-changing edge, you're a newcomer, eager to learn. These picks are your key to unlocking profit potential like never before. I want you to grab your notepad, grab a cup of joe, buckle up. Let's dive straight into this watch list. I don't want you guys to miss out on these gems. So as we go through this screen that you see here, ladies and gentlemen, is TradingView. If you are new to trading, you're going to need something like this. In the description below, I've created a link. That link will get you a free 30-day trial to TradingView, and then if you decide to use their sub-based services, you get up to $30 off of that subscription, but you need to start by clicking that link. You can do that after we go through this watch list. So the first one we've got on the list is SPY. SPY will always be on my list if it has a setup. I love SPY. It's something that I trade every single day with a strategy called the SPY 155. It still uses the basis of the strategy that we talk about here, but it goes into a little bit more detail. For now, what we've got here is a 2 down that finished green. So with this strategy, you can see this candle here and this number 2, we only broke the low of the previous candle. So therefore, it is a 2 down. A 2 candle is a directional candle. It can only go above the previous candle or below the previous candle. It's either a 2 up or a 2 down. So that's what we have. It did finish green, which tells me the buyers are in control right now. The only thing with SPY right now, we are currently inside week. That's what this indicator right here tells me. This is my time frame continuity indicator that I created for you guys, but it also includes things like this candlestick number, Sarah Strat Sniper's 50% rule, colored inside bars, outside bars, and a couple highlighted setups. That's available with the link in the description below. It's a $25 fee, or you can buy it as part of the $50 Griswold Gold membership. So SPY, we are looking for a break to the upside, a play to the upside. We're looking for calls at 447.71. If you follow the yellow line across, there's your dollar value. First target at 448.53. We look at Roblox. Here's another one, a 2 down green, but this one's got a hammer candle. So a hammer candle is an actionable signal in the strat. It just means it's a higher probability play. So when we look at it, we have this body at the top and a big long wick, looks like a hammer. Okay, when we have those 2 down, finish green, buyers are buying it back, we're going to look for triggers here at 27.98. And our first target, normally I would tell you, is at the high of the preceding wick, but we have these gaps to fill right in here. There's no candle between here and here. So the targets just become the gap fill. So the bottom of the wick, the bottom of the wick, and then your next target would be at the top of the wick right here. So that's the setup on Roblox. We move on to NVIDIA. So NVIDIA, this is something ADX Trades has been talking about, the 1-3 setups. So we play either side of this outside bar. We can look for calls at 459.30 or puts at 445.03. And if we go back and look in time, in the last 1-3 setup we had, this is what we look for. These big trends to the downside. 1, 2, 3, had a little bit of a mishap there, and then a fourth day. Those are what we look for off of those breaks, off of the 1-3 setup. So we will look for those again on Thursday with NVIDIA. On to CVX. This is the opposite of what we've been looking at. So it's a 2 up that finished red. So we talked about those 2 downs. Now we have a 2 up. It only broke the high of the previous candle, and it finished red. So that's telling me sellers have brought this thing back down. So we can look for puts here on the 2 up reds. We can look for puts at 165.58. First target's at 165.10. Next target, just the low of the next preceding wick. XOP, okay, 1-3 setup again. So we just talked about those. We can look for calls at 154.26, puts at 151.01. If we try and find the last 1-3 setup here, there you go. Big run to the upside. We gapped up. Go check out my gap playlist from my YouTube channel. It'll show you exactly how to play those morning gaps, as people have been asking that recently. Pfizer. So we talked about hammer candles. Now we talk about shooter candles, which is the exact opposite of a hammer, okay? So the body is now at the bottom. We have the big long wick to the top. We are looking to trend down. Is a 2-up finished red shooter candle. We look for puts at $34. We also see this, and I always put this video at the end of the current video, but I have a video on time frame continuity. This is time frame continuity. The day, the week, the month, the quarterly, the yearly, all to the downside, all pointing red. That is a strong indicator on where we could be going on Pfizer. And the reason I say could be is because it's probable. And every trade we look at, every strategy we look at is all based off of probability, because nobody knows what this next candle is going to be. So it has to be based off of probability. There is no other way to decipher it. It's based off of past history, past setups. It's probable that this is what's going to happen. So puts at $34, and then we have our 2 targets marked out for you guys accordingly at the bottom of the preceding wicks. On to Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola with the inside bar. It's actually at 1-3-1 setup again. So outside bar, inside bar this time. Rare pattern. You notice the gold highlight here. That's because that indicator is marked out, or has marked out the 3-1 setup for you guys, so you don't have to go looking for it. If we go back in time, there's the outside bar, inside bar setup, and there's the big run we got off of it for Coca-Cola. That's what we're looking for tomorrow or today, depending on when you're watching the video. That's what we're looking for on Thursday. We're looking for the break of this inside bar. Calls at 58.68, puts at 58.44. Tesla, inside bar on Tesla, so we can look for calls at 274.98, puts at 268.10. Your targets marked out at bottom of the wick, top of the wick. Uber, 2 down green, like we talked about early in the video. We are already 2 up on the week. We go to the weekly chart. There we go. We broke out of that inside hammer candle. So we are 2 up on the week. We go to the month. We are 2 up on the month as well. Okay? So that gives you an indication of where this could potentially go. Our time frame continuity confirms that, what I just showed you guys. So you don't have to go into those time frames to search it out. It's shown for you right here. So we can look for calls on Uber at 48.36. AFRM, inside bar. And I want to talk about the inside bars a little bit here. So the inside bars, when you see it painted yellow, if you have my indicator, I want you guys to think of that as a spring being squished, compacted, loaded. And when you release that spring, you're looking for that pressure release, that jump that a spring would get if it was pressurized, just like you would see here, right? We had this big jump up right here from this inside bar. That's what we're looking for again on AFRM. Bank of America, 2 up red, so we look for the puts at 28.70. CVS, 2 up red, shooter candle, so we look for the puts there at 70.16, and we can mark out our targets together. Yellow, we make it green. Okay, our targets are green. So that's the play for CVS. eBay, inside bar, calls at 43.97, puts at 43.43. It's actually a 3-1 setup. So the last time we had that on eBay, we look for the gold highlight, rare pattern. Look at this drop off. Kablooey. Right there. That's what we look for, guys. Double inside bar, boom, to the downside. Those are the items that we look for. So what we teach you guys here is, I've coined this phrase, we're teaching you to be lions. Okay? I don't need you to be a bear. I don't need you to be a bull. We're going to be lions. We're going to take out both sides of this. The lion's killing the bears and it's killing the bulls. And it's the king of the jungle, and that's what I'm teaching you guys to be here. On DraftKings, 2 down green, we're looking for calls here because the buyers have brought it back up on the day. We've got time frame continuity on the higher time frames, so we can look for calls at 31.17. Disney, inside bar, calls at 84.05, puts at 83.12. Whichever way it goes, you can play either one of those sides. And I tell people, if you're struggling with trading or you're new to trading, the inside bars is what I really like you guys to focus on. And then after that, you can start looking at 2-2 reversals or 1-3 setups or what have you. But I would concentrate on one thing and make sure you learn that, and then you can evolve into other things. It's no different than when you were as a child, you learned to roll over and then sit and then crawl and then walk and then run and then do other things. This is the exact same way. You don't automatically go into multiplication and division when you're learning math. You learn to count numbers first. So learn the basics and then evolve as you go through this. It's a learning process. It's not you're going to get it right away. Maybe you will, but trading is a learning process. It's like building a business or learning a new subject or anything else. It's going to take you time. EW, 2 down green. We look for those calls at 73.53. Ford Motor Company, 2 up red. Shooter candle. Okay, so this is a bearish setup. That's our first target because we have that gap that we talked about. Next target, bottom of the candle. GM, 2 up red. So we look for those puts at 33.43. If you guys have questions, you can leave them in the comment section below. Make sure you're giving me a thumbs up. You can ask me on Twitter at Mr. Clark Griswold. I answer almost every single question. You can test me out. Put any question in there. You will get a response from me. I am very, available to you guys. And if you need more help, I talked about that Discord earlier. It is free to join. That link is in the description. It's free to join. You can ask questions there. There is a paid portion. That paid portion gets one-on-one time with me on Google Meets. I have a one-on-one with Atches55 tonight from the Discord room, so I'm looking forward to that. You get live trading bots. You get a 1-hour Strat course that I've created, so it takes you through the basics into the more advanced stuff. It's 1 hour. It's very simple to follow. It includes a lot of other things, and it's it's one of the cheapest options you'll find out there to get involved. It's $50. You'll make that back in one trade with me. JP Morgan, 2 up red. We look for puts at 145.82. IBM, stuck with that inside bar, so we can look for calls at 146.98, puts at 145.92. The Metaverse, Facebook, inside bar, full time frame to the upside. So take that for what you will. It could still trend to the downside, but we're going to look for calls at 307.18, puts still probable at 301.32. We have had a few outside bars recently, so be aware of that as well. You want to know how the outside bars work? I have videos on that. I have videos on Sarah Strat Sniper's 50% rule on how an outside bar is created. Moderna, big green candle to start the day, big red candle to finish the day. Sellers took it back. We're looking for puts here at 107.24. First target becomes the gap fill. Second target, bottom of that same candle. On to MU, 2 up red. We'll look for puts at 70.36. Oracle, inside bar, calls 112.94, puts 108.20. Procter Gamble, 3-1 setup. We look at the last time we had that on PG. Okay, 2 days we ran up. We triggered, came back down, and then continued up. The next one outside of that, there's a 1-3 that we talked about that did well. The next golden setup, there it is, 3-1. Look at the range on this thing. 3-1 setup all the way to the top. Okay? Took out target. Took out targets all the way. That's the trade potential that we have on these things, guys. And you don't have to trade these off of the daily. You can find these exact same setups on any time frame, whether it's the daily, the hourly, the 4-hour, the 30-minute. And then I want you guys to set your triggers and targets on those time frames and then go to a smaller time frame to manage it. Okay? It really is a simple strategy. And I've said it forever. When you simplify trading becomes simplified. Inside bar on PayPal, calls at 63.32, puts at 62.17. QQQ, 2 down green. We are stuck inside bar still, but we can look for calls at 375.84. Wells Fargo inside bar, calls at 42.88, puts at 42.12. Walmart, 2 up red, shooter candle, bearish pattern, puts at 164.37. Onto XOM, 2 up red. We look for the puts there at 115.90. And that's the list, guys. So again, good luck trading on Thursday. If you have questions, you know where to find me. Twitter, down below on the question section, in the Discord with the link in the description. It's free to join. Get in there, join the group, ask questions. Let's learn and earn together. I wish you guys nothing but the best, and we will see you all on the next one. Bye-bye.